Hey you guys, this is Jess with Sourceful Journey, back with another video. Today I wanted to focus on an old quote that has really just been laying on me heavily over the past couple of days. And I wanted to kind of expound on that, just to kind of share my thoughts about it. So yeah, without further ado, we'll jump right in. Okay, so the quote, I actually wrote it down. It says, "You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink." That's a very true quote within itself. Part of the reason is because I'm pretty sure a lot of us can think of times where we may have given someone a heads up or warned them about a certain something or several things that they should take heed to. But for some reason, it doesn't look like they're grasping it. I know I've encountered this quite a bit in reference to people that I know or have known, or who I may have never, gotten a chance to really delve into further details with. But maybe given them enough to know, like, hey, you might want to take heed to this. You might want to pay close attention to this. But for some reason, it's like these individuals, for some reason, it just seems to not register. I'm kind of like at loss of words in a lot of ways, especially when it's something that's so, or could be viewed as something that's so detrimental. When you think about what the outcome could be. And you know within your heart of hearts that you're seeing it, you're feeling it, you're knowing like something is about to go down. And you're trying to find ways to make sure these various individuals, or individual, depending on who you're dealing with, you're trying to find a way to convey the message to them so they can understand and be able to piece it together. But for some reason, it doesn't look like it's clicking. I think that's why this old saying really resonated with me on such a strong level for the past few days, because I find myself in a similar predicament even at this point, dealing with someone else outside of my friend that I had graduated from college with. You know, I told you guys in previous videos about her whole ordeal, if you will, when it comes to the ancestry DNA. But this particular individual, I've been like trying to update them in various ways, just trying to get them to see, like, you might want to pay close attention to this. You might want to look closely. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm trying to really figure out what other possible ways can I get them to really take heed to what message we're trying to get to them. I'll give you another example to kind of tie in some details with this. So for the longest, oh gosh, I don't know, without saying too much, just let me think about this for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to be pausing at various points within this piece of the video because I'm just trying to think of ways of how to say it without saying it. So you guys have to bear with me, okay? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, here goes nothing. So for a while, I've been very closely aligned with a certain location. Now, I had a feeling there were certain things that were going on within the establishment, and a lot of things that came up thereafter has proven my nudges to be right, okay? Now, I knew something else was getting ready to come down the pike in reference to this particular establishment. I've been wrecking my brain here, trying to figure out how do you get the message over to the main individual. And it's just like, I feel like sometimes it's kind of going over this person's head. Like, are they not seeing? I just don't know. I don't know. So I had came across something on a couple of occasions, and actually something as of recent, maybe of a few days ago, that further confirmed what vision I received like months prior, even weeks prior. It was like because I put up 2 responses aligned with the vision I had, and everything is starting to connect. It's starting to connect. And I'm thinking, like, what else do I need to do for this person to really see that I'm trying to ring the alarm? And trying to do it in a way where it's like, it's kind of like the old saying, are you picking up what I'm putting down? It's like, what the heck? So When I saw this video recently from this other young lady that's here on YouTube, it further confirmed my nudges and the vision I had about what could possibly go down with this certain location. I'm just thinking, like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, what else do I have to do? Like, like, what else do I have to do to get this person to take heed and take notice of what could possibly be getting ready to come down the pike? I just don't know at this point. So this is why I kind of tie in this old saying here where it says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink or make her drink, whoever it may be. Simply for the fact that, you know, you can try to do all that you can and just hope for the best at this point. It really just grinds my gears because I'm just thinking to myself, like, God forbid this thing does come to pass at some point. My nudges, and like I said, the vision I had is saying that it will. God forbid that it does. And if it does, it's out of my hands because I did my part in trying to get them to get the message, to pick up what I was putting down. And if they don't take heed to it, it's no one else's fault but their own. See, being a seer, see what I did there with the word? See, being a seer, you know, it's one of those things that it's a tough journey. It's quite tough in the sense where, you know, not only are we like ego assassins when it comes to shooting down egos that really should not truly exist or should be less thereof, but when it comes to actually having the visual approach, the signs, the synchronicities, the visions, the dreams, things like that, a lot of times we are notified of certain things before it comes down the pike. And then when it does, you know, it is a bit jolting in the sense because, you know, a lot of times when the visions or the dreams are so intense, you want to write them off as, you know, just something that could not possibly happen. But then when you see it does happen, it hits you in the gut. It hits you in the heart, especially if it's something that could be pretty damaging. And not directly at you, but it could be pretty damaging to someone else. I think the part that really drives home for me, if you will, is because there are plenty of times where I may have warned someone if I saw something, picked up on something that I know that I need to make sure they're aware of. And as I mentioned to you guys, this has happened on several occasions with friends, family, and others, where I would kind of give them the heads up, find ways in doing so. And yet, with those who you're close to, or who you were once close to, excuse me, I'm having a tongue twister because it's really, I'm trying to find the words of how to tell you guys what is going on currently without saying too much. And I'm just like trying to do this video, but at the same time, my mind is running a mile a minute. Like, what am I going to say next without saying too much? So again, you guys just bear with me. So think about friends and family. Let's talk about that for right now. You know, it's a bit easier when it comes to conveying any messages with them because those are individuals who are typically known as being close to you, dear to you, people that you feel you can kind of, you know, say what you need to say without thinking about it because you have a closer enough bond where they will not become offensive, right? But when you're talking about trying to convey a message to someone who technically does not fit into any of those two titles that I just mentioned, those two titles, right? You're trying to get them to take notice, or at least their group, their team, someone to take notice of. It's like, how do you do it? How do you do it without doing something crazy to get them to take notice, to take heed? Like, listen, you might want to listen here. Like, oh my God, there's so much I want to say. Oh, it's just like, all I can say is that I just hope, no, not hope, I just pray that this message, as the other ones I've been posting alongside my own other videos, or maybe videos from another individual, I'm just hoping that it's hitting the ears and coming across in reference to the eyes that need to see it, because it's just as time progresses forward, it feels like we're getting closer and closer to that time where this may truly actually go down, and it may just be on national news. It's again, you guys, I'm pausing because I'm thinking of what I need to say before I say it. A lot of times when I'm doing this, I'm either writing or I'm just waiting to get some type of push, some type of something to let me know like what to say next. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this, okay? All I can say is that, you know, for those who fit into this realm, who are, I guess you could say seers, prophets, you know, anyone who fits into the spiritual space as a whole, right? This is why I'm trying to think of how to include pretty much all of us. You know, when it comes to doing our part and trying to ring the alarm and getting the intended target to pick up on what we're trying to get to them, only control what you can control. Thank you. I was looking for the words there. Just control what you can control. Because at the end of the day, I'm an avid believer that, you know, I've done all I could, and that I know that we have a God who will take care of the rest. So maybe in some weird form or fashion, He will make sure that it hits the intended target or targets group of individuals that are associated with this particular individual. We'll just leave it there. Oh, this was a tough one. It's just it's so much easier when you could just talk into a video as if I'm just talking with a truly good friend, someone I can confide in. This journey is a very interesting one, especially when you come across details or information is being revealed to you about certain individuals that may just blow your mind. Let's just say that. And you don't even have a clue, like, why? Like, why me? Why do I need to? Why am I being revealed this stuff about this individual or this individual's family so much? There's certain members within their family. Why am I being revealed so much information? And why am I feeling so compelled at various points to send things over or to post things up just to kind of let this individual know, or this individual's family member know that they might want to pay close attention. Let's just put it that way. You know, at the end of the day, all I can say is that I did my part, and it kind of goes back to that saying that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. As badly as we want to, like, just drink the whole bucket, for crying out loud. But, you know, if they choose to be oblivious to what's being conveyed to them, or if they get so wrapped up in such such low vibrational matters, rather than focusing on truly what's in front of them, all because of image. Keeping up a facade, an image for other onlookers to continue to look up to. That's on them. We did our part. There's nothing else that can be done at this point. That is all for today's video. What are you guys' thoughts about that? I know there's quite a few of us who fit into this realm as seers, you know, prophets, prophetess, priest, you name it. There's a lot of us who have been bestowed this gift, and we feel the need to make it known to the individuals for a reason as we progress onward in our journey, in our life, in this thing called life. How do you guys typically feel when you know you've done all that you can, but for some reason you're not sure if the person you're conveying the message to, whether it's friends, family, other, are truly picking up on it? Because I would just like to know you guys' thoughts, because for me, gosh, I'm wondering if I should say it. I'm gonna hold off. On who I'm referring to. But I will say this. It's more of a when at this point. I'm gonna have a feeling, oh my God, when this goes down, because it's the visions, the dreams don't happen for no reason. So let's just accept it for what it is, right? When it does, this individual or group of individuals cannot say that they were not given the heads up. Now, to me personally, it will break my heart. Because you're thinking like, wow, I kind of like envision it like, you know, playing a card game, or playing some type of sports game, like let's say basketball, football, you know, where there's like a team of people, right? You have one who has the ball and one needs to throw it to the next person, or, you know, whatever the case may be, or make a certain shot, whatever the case may be. I try to think of it when I'm given like certain visions or dreams or any type of messages that I know for a fact that's getting ready to roll. And I need to get it to the intended person. I try to think of it in a way like, will they catch this ball that I'm throwing to them? Or would someone on their supporting team catch this ball that I'm trying to throw to them? I think the part that really hits my core without getting teary-eyed about it. Do people still say teary-eyed? Yeah. It's the fact that, you know, I have such a major respect for this individual. I don't really care too much about the supporting group around him, the supporting group around them. But this particular individual, I do see them in a very noteworthy way. I have such a high regard for them, or major respect for them. And all we can do is just say, you know, we did all we can do. And yeah, at the end of the day, if it happens, I'll probably do, I keep saying if, because my way of saying if is that I'm just internally trying to pray that it doesn't. Part of me is wanting to pray that it doesn't, but part of me is like, this is about to happen. It's about to happen. And the more I say that if part, the more my nudge is nudging me, if you will, that don't say if, because it's going to happen unless someone picks up on it soon. Just picks up on it soon. So, and if it does, as I said a moment ago, it would truly break my heart, because all I can think is that, wow, maybe if not that individual, someone on their team could just pick up on this. Just pick up on it. Because you're talking about there could be hundreds of people. Hundreds of people being harmed. And you're seeing that. You're seeing this shit. Excuse my language, but you're seeing it happen. It's like, oh my God. Oh, wow, it's a lot. It's a lot to this thing. Give me a moment, you guys. This is going to be a long video. It's going to be a long video. When you are seeing the stuff play out, you're seeing it in advance. I think that's the part that really gets me sometimes. Is that when you see it getting ready to play out, or you're seeing the sun, you're seeing everything, and it's like all lining up, and you're like, okay, so that tells me that this is about to go down. But when it's dealing with innocent people, they're going to be harmed. They would end up meeting their demise because of this act that someone's trying to take out. Oh my God. And it's a location where there's a lot of people going to the location. Now you guys see why it's hitting my core. It's hitting my core so bad. Because it's a location that is where a lot of people go into daily. And I think the reason why it hit me so much, because I've been seeing this, I've been felt it was coming. I didn't speak too much on it. I kind of did it in a covert way in previous videos. But then now to see another individual talk on it and explaining the exact same detail what I saw, in my vision, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it really had, I felt like my heart sunk into my stomach. I'm just like, okay. I'm like, I need to make sure I get this out to this individual, or maybe someone who's on that individual's team so they know. And the part that freaks me out, because, do I say it? Oh my God, I don't know if I should say it. I'm familiar with the location. I'm familiar with the establishment. Oh my God. I want to say more. I just want to say more. I wish I could. I don't know. Well, I have to really pray about this, you guys. I have to really reflect on it. It's one thing when you don't know too much about the location, but it's another when you know about the location to a high degree. Don't need to cry any further. At this point, you can only control what we can control, and just pray that, of course, God being God will make sure it hits the right ears, or comes across the appropriate screens that it needs to. Okay, so that is all for today's video. Sorry about this one being a bit long, you guys, because again, it would have been a lot shorter if I could just come out and say it, but a lot of times as I'm making these type of videos, especially if it's something that's on a serious matter, I have to be very cautious about my words. All you can do is pray. Just pray that it hits the right individuals in time. Yeah, so outside of that, you guys, consultations are still open. They're still open this week. I only have one day this week that's still open because I know Friday is booked for sure. I think I have a couple still available on Saturday, so definitely take advantage of that if it is something that's of interest to you for the consultations. The link should be working now, but if you have any issues with it, just please do let me know. You can also message me on the other platforms as well. You guys are really good about that. Definitely keep all that going, as well as the emails. Keep that going as well. And yeah, you know, this one really hit my core because I really wanted to say so much more. Well, I mean, if I had it my way, without fear of this going like viral or something. Oh my God, there's so many other things that has been revealed to me over time about this particular individual. And those who are associated with them, both good and bad, for sure. And maybe stuff that they don't even know. And I'm just like, my God, they don't even really, I don't think they even realized. I don't think they even realize like how covered they are by God, by Source. Furthermore, I don't even think they realize the type of people that they're rubbing elbows with. You know, that they're actually truly still surrounded by snakes. I spoke about this in one of my earlier videos. If you guys look down my list, I made a video about being, you know, how this day and age, seers are like eco assassins. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at that video, I tapped into quite a bit of details about this particular individual. Again, it kind of goes to the quote that I was referencing at the beginning of this video, how you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Or her. You can't make her drink either. So yeah, as always, you guys, I'm definitely sending you with love and light. And I'll see you in the next video.